Ian Baker with Camping World, and today I'm here to tell you all about the Coleman 337BH. As you probably well know, Coleman has been a great name in the RVing and camping industry as a whole, and they continue to do so with products like this. It's a great unit at an excellent value. So let's start off, we'll talk a little bit about the floor plan. One of the things I love about the 337 is it's nice and open. You'll see the big dual opposing slides here really open up this kitchen and living area and allow for a center island kitchen, meaning you have a ton of storage space in a bunk unit, which you normally don't have. Right over here, as soon as you walk into the entry door, look at that. They give you a nice coat rack right there, so you can come in, hang up your jackets, your sweatshirts. You know, if you're camping in the fall, maybe some scarves, things like that. But I do like that they put that in there. Right up top here, you have a little bit of additional storage. So if you have like a DVD collection or something you want to throw up there, you can put it there. TV is right here. It's already on an angle, which is nice. So, you know, it does have a good angle to the sofa and to the dinette. If you want, you can put it on like a swing arm mount. That way you can twist it around and be able to watch it in the kitchen as well. Directly underneath is your multimedia center. This is a radio, CD, and DVD player. This unit controls the speakers not only in here, but also the ones outside. But again, the thing I like about it, if you want to watch a movie, pop it in. You'll see you have audio video cables right here, plug right in the back of the TV, and you can watch that movie. It is also Bluetooth capable, so if you want to connect it with your smart device, you can do that too. Right over to the side, here's your control panel. You'll see everything on there that you need. You know, nice and simple and easy. You have your tank monitoring panel there, water heater, water pump. Slide controls are right there as well, as is the power awning. Then underneath here you have more storage. Now you can obviously use this for whatever you want. Again, if it was me, I'd probably use this even though it's thin. You know, you can stack a couple of shoes in there, maybe put them sideways. So that way, you know, you come in, you hang up your jackets, kick your shoes off right in there. You know, if you have another need for it, obviously you can use it for that too, but I do like the fact that it is there. Moving over a little bit further, we step into the kitchen. As I mentioned, dual opposing slides really open up this kitchen space, and it allows for this beautiful center island. I really like center islands, one, because they do give you nice extra prep space, a good area to work. You know, if you want to get like a sink top cover you can put on there for, you know, they're really inexpensive, and that will create more prep space here too. But also it gives you a ton of storage underneath. But this one does come with a high-rise faucet, so it is nice and easy to wash and rinse those dishes. Double bowl sink here too. Nice big one on the left, smaller on the right, which again is perfect for washing dishes. You have electrical outlets on both sides. You'll see one over here. You have another one on the other side. So if you do need to plug in like an electric griddle, blender, anything like that, you have a spot in which you can do it. A bank of 4 drawers running right along here. Full extension ball bearing drawers, that way you have a place for not only your silverware, but some of your larger utensils like spatulas, things like that. You see again, you know, so good drawer space right throughout there. And the storage continues underneath the sink. Take a look at that. The bottom is large enough that if you have a smaller trash can, you can toss that right under there. That way you don't have to have your trash bag hanging out on a knob where it's open and everyone sees it, gets in your way, things like that. Right across the way here is your Norcold fridge freezer combo. We'll open that up. See, it's nice and spacious in there. You know, I personally like Norcold. They're built right here in the U.S. This unit does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. Over to the side here, again, you have a lot more prep space. So, you know, you can kind of work on both sides, which is cool. Electrical outlet built right into the wall. That way you can put your coffee maker right there in the corner, plug it in. You know, you don't have cords that have to come up, you know, underneath the cabinets or anything like that. LED lights. You have LED lights throughout the entire RV. It's nice and bright in here. LED lights also use a fraction of the power and don't put out near the heat. As far as storage, you have storage right up top here. You can see that. You also do have good storage down below. If you take a look underneath the refrigerator here, look at that. That's some good storage area under there. Excellent spot for pots and pans, in my opinion. If you can get them through the door, you know, some of your bigger pots may be harder, but, you know, for your skillets and things like that, it's a great spot for them. 2 nice deep drawers right here. I really like these, again, for some of your bigger utensils. And, you know, I have like a apple corer and stuff that I bring with me, so, you know, that way it's just easier to cut and skin the apples for my daughter. But whatever it may be, some of those bigger items will fit there. And then right over here, you see you have a nice shelf built in. Again, you know, they gave you a spot for the trash can underneath the sink, so this is pure storage. You can, again, put pots and pans in here if you want. Use it for extra pantry. Again, the great thing about this floor plan is you just have a lot of kitchen storage in here. Microwave right up top. Underneath is your fully functional hood with a light and fan. 3-burner cooktop here. The front one is high output. You have an oven directly underneath that in case you want to do some baking. And more storage. So kind of the theme of the day here in the kitchen. Storage everywhere. We take a look right over here. Look at this. You want to talk about beautiful pantry storage. In a travel trailer, in a bunkhouse, you usually don't get anything like this. So I love the fact that you have this deep, huge pantry space right here. Let's take a quick look over at the other slide. We'll move over to our super slide here. So you have the nice U-shaped dinette. This is something that is often sought after when you're looking at bunk models, because chances are you'll often have a lot of people with you, and you need to be able to sit around and have meals together, play games together, and this is the place in which you can do it. You also have a good-sized table here, so that way you can sit, more than 2 plates. I oftentimes see that where they give you this teeny tiny table and a big U-dinette. Not the case here. And also this drops down into a large bed, so if you do have additional guests that are staying the night, all you have to do is remove these legs right here from the flanges in the floor as well as the flanges in the table. This table will drop down along these rails here. You'll take the back cushions, put it on top, and that will create a bed that is easily large enough for 2 adults to sleep at. Easy access storage on the one side here. You see this just swings right open, and there you go. So anything you need to store underneath the booth dinette there, that is where you will get into it at. Windows, you'll see windows open up, let in a lot of natural light there. LED lights up above for light at night. Additional storage going across the top here. You have the nice tinted glass, so that way, any items that are in there aren't seen. And it just helps keep a cleaner look. And then right over here is your jackknife style sofa. Nice and comfortable, you can see the cushion on here. And the cool thing about a jackknife, my favorite part about a jackknife is this right here, which is all the storage underneath. Jackknife sofas don't make the biggest beds, but they do provide the most storage. So all of your bedding and things like that you can stick underneath there. And again, if you do have a child or something that needs a place to sleep, or maybe it's a short adult or they're okay curling up, you can just drop this one right down, and that does create that extra sleeping space. The last thing I want to talk about here, take a look at this. I'm 6 foot. I can slide just underneath this slide height. Oftentimes in a travel trailer, that's not the case. They're lower. You have to duck or you'll risk hitting your head. Not the case here. I like the fact that they have that extra slide height there. So the 337 has this nice bunk room back here. You have 3 bunks, and I'll show you kind of how they all function in just a moment. We'll start with this one right over here. This will be the widest of the bunk, so if you have an older child, or if you need to try to squeeze 2 smaller kids into a bunk, this will probably be the one to do it. Obviously, if it's 2, just make sure no one's rolling out and hurting themselves. But 300-pound weight capacity over here, so again, it can definitely handle the weight. And getting up here is nice and simple too. They did put a built-in ladder. Now this may seem minor, but I'm telling you, a lot of manufacturers don't do that. And generally it's the smaller kids that want to sleep on the top bunk. So having the ladder there is nice. That way they can actually climb up and be able to easily get up and down from the bed. And then right over here, if you want a TV, this is where your TV would go. You'll see that TV connections are right up top. You can see that there. You have the cable electrical outlet up there. I think you can see it anyway. It's kind of dark, but so if you want a TV, that's a spot for it. Drawers right underneath. You can see that. So nice drawers. And again, whether you want to put the gaming system back here if you want, you can put controllers and stuff in there, or it's just a nice extra place for clothes. Behind the ladder here too, there is storage. You definitely want to make sure you utilize that. Again, it gives you some extra clothes storage. But one of my favorite parts is this right over here. You actually have a hanging wardrobe in here. Far too often in bunk rooms, you just don't get that. So I like the fact that they were able to fit that in. Then along the back here, you'll see, we open that guy up, some additional storage right down there. You have this nice shelf here right on top, electrical outlet there as well. So, if the kids need a place to charge cell phones, may not be a bad spot to do it. Window out the back to let in natural light. That is an emergency exit as well, so, you don't have to worry about that. Right up top here is a drop-down bunk. There is a window on the back side, so again, that lets in some natural light. Locks up in place just like this, though. That way, if the kids need to use the dinette, they're not hitting their heads. I really do like having a dinette back here personally because, it does give you an extra spot if the kids, kind of want to eat by themselves, or maybe they want to be back here and draw, put a puzzle together, play games, whatever it may be. This gives them kind of their own nice little space to do it, and especially on a rainy day. You know, I love my children to death, but I'm telling you, on a rainy day after being inside a travel trailer all day, it's nice being able to have a little bit of separation, kind of let them do their thing so you can relax a little bit up front. And again, this does drop down into a bed. This will create your third sleeping area back here. Same thing as the dinette out in the living space. Just remove the legs. They'll sit on the rails, put cushions on top. And then right underneath here, you also have the additional storage. The bathroom on the 337 is up front. And again, that's something I like when it comes to floor plan, because oftentimes, you know, the kids generally don't wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, but it's a different story for us adults sometimes. So this way you just have to, you know, get right up out of bed, and it is right here. Also, as you can see, it's nice and spacious. It's big and open. Your toilet's right down here. You know, I'll kind of show you have plenty of leg room. There are no issues there. Same thing for shoulders. You know, I'm fairly wide in the shoulders here. I don't have any issues. Don't feel cramped at all in this bathroom. Right over here is your neo-angle shower. Of course, you have the curtain, nice and easy to use. That way you're not getting water everywhere. Hand wand here as well. You have the curved shower rod, which is nice. And as far as height, take a look at this. Again, you know, you have higher head heights in here. I'm 6 foot. I have plenty of room. I don't have to hunch down or anything. That's something I really enjoy in a travel trailer. So if you're taller, that can be a big advantage for you. Right over here above the toilet is some extra storage. You know, that's a good place if you have to put, you know, like some extra TP or spray or, you know, your toilet cleaning chemicals, things like that. It's a good spot for it there. And then over across the way, you have your mirrored medicine cabinet here. You have storage right behind that. Sink top and vanity, you can see you have electrical outlet. So if you need to plug in hair dryer, curling iron, you have a spot to do it. And then additional storage there underneath. The bedroom in the 337 also is nice and spacious here, and it gives you some added privacy. You'll see they put an actual slider door on here rather than having like a curtain. So, you know, that again, that way you get that extra separation. Same thing with the bunk room. You have a door there too. So if you're staying up late, you can shut the door. The kids will still be able to sleep. Right here is your queen size bed. You'll see you do have storage underneath. It's nice and easy to get to. Just fold that up. This box right here is a grill. That goes outside. There's an arm out there. I'll show you where that is installed in just a moment. And then on both sides of the bed, you have a nice nightstand. I like when manufacturers do this. And because of the tall ceiling height, it gives you this, you know, really nice nightstand area here. You have electrical outlets on both sides, so if you have to plug in cell phones, if you sleep with a CPAP machine, there's plenty of room for it to fit there. A couple nice drawers on either side as well. Then right up top, you have mirrored wardrobe space. You can see that hanging rod going across. Shelf right across here, a couple LED reading lights. Emergency exit is right behind me here. You do have windows on both sides though for some nice ventilation. Right up top here's a TV. So if you do you know, like to watch a little TV before bed, you can install it right there. The hookups are on the ceiling. The other thing I really like about this floor plan is, you know, not only does it have ducted heat and ducted AC, but this vent right here is actually pre-wired for a second AC. So if you plan on camping places where it's really warm and you want that second AC, you can have it installed. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a quick look at some of the outside features on the Coleman 337BH. Starting right up front here, you have two 20-pound propane tanks with your cover. Nice and easy to get down in there. All you have to do is undo these two thumb screws, lift up the door, and that will give you direct access to your tanks. Then behind that, you'll see you have rails here for your battery. Then coming up the front, you have this kind of black diamond plate on here, which is nice. You know, kind of has a nice look. You can see it's kind of etched in there. But basically, this helps protect your front end from the rocks and debris that will get thrown up by your tow vehicle. As we come around to the side, one of the things I really like is Coleman is thinking of the people that, you know, get out and do a little bit of boondocking, because right here they give you solar prep, and that's an awesome feature to have. It's nice and simple. All you have to do is buy the portable Furion panels, plug it in right there, and it will trickle charge your battery. With LED lights, that again is very nice when you're camping off-grid. When we open this guy up here, you can see the pass-through storage. Nice big open storage area. You can see it does go back a little bit here as well, so that way, you know, if again you have some of those larger items you need to access the other side, you can certainly do that. And you do have large doors on both sides of the pass-through. Right back here is your fresh water inlet. So if you're looking where to fill your fresh water tank, that will be the spot to do it. It is a gravity fill. Very large power awning. It goes over your door as well as the slide out here. The nice thing about this, because this is a kitchen slide, it's not as deep as like your living room slide. So when you extend the awning, you still have good coverage coming out here, making this excellent camp space, especially right up here because they don't put like your furnace vents or anything in here, so it is very usable. Again, power awning, touch a button that rolls out, same thing to go back in, LED light strip there underneath. 2 outside speakers. As I mentioned, we were inside. Those are connected to that multimedia center, but again, that unit is Bluetooth capable. If you want to set something up out here like a table, maybe you want to have crock pot, maybe you just need to charge a cell phone, right here's your electrical outlet, so that way you're able to do those things. Getting into the 337 is nice and simple. You have 3 steps here. Definitely something you want. The first step is pretty easy to get to. But again, that is covered by that awning, which I like. So if it's raining or, kind of drizzling out, you can have the awning out. You don't have to worry about, getting all wet. Again, if you just want to come right out here. And that power awning does have a tilt on it. So, again, as long as it's not a thunderstorm or anything, you can have that out, have it all tilted off to one side. Take a look underneath the slide here. You'll see this one not only has nitrogen-filled tires, but also easy lube axles. That's really important on the maintenance side. It makes it a lot easier. You don't have to pack your bearings nearly as often. Has a little grease zerd in there you can pump grease into. Now granted, you still do want to be able to lift it off the ground enough to spin the tire. It's not just a matter of pumping it in there. So make sure you do a little bit of research before you do it. But again, that is definitely a big time and money savings. Right back here is the outside kitchen. This is one of my favorite parts about a Bunk model, especially when they give you a big fridge like this. Take a look at that. You have plenty of room in there for, your soda or juice for the kids. You can put some beer in there for yourself if you want, or water, condiments, everything can fit in there, which I really like. You'll see you have good storage up top here too, so enough room for some cups out here. Off to the side if you want some paper plates, something like that. Good storage there. Maybe if you want to put liquor bottles out there, have an outside bar, who knows. You also have an electrical outlet in here, so if you do need to plug anything in, like an electric griddle or something like that, you can do that there. A couple of drawers underneath the countertop here. Good prep space over to the side, you can see that, as well as a plumbed sink because this doesn't have to slide out or anything because it's nice and big. As you see, they're able to plumb that sink directly into your gray tank. And coming out the back here, this is your mount for your grill. I showed you that grill when we were inside. It's nice and easy. Pull this pin, this lays flat. You can swing it out and around, set the grill on top, and you are all set. City water connection is right here, kind of tucked behind that. So if you're running city water, that is where you will plug that into. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is a 2018 Coleman 337BH. Thanks for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and remember, it's a beautiful world out there. Let's go camping.